going to be a short while. Until the next match. Did you even make more money than him there? No, I didn't. The thing is, I should have made a few more drones. I didn't do this perfectly. If I snuck in maybe 4 more drones, or 2 or 3, it would have been okay. But I was actually a bit short on econ. So you are totally correct. This was not the best executed Gold Expo game. But yeah, basically the idea behind this strat is that you both find each other with the first overlord, and then you have this typical air positions mutual agreement. Most players go for the 15 hatch when we require more webcam. Sorry guys. Let's focus on the game. So there we see the drone sneaking out. He sees my drone sneaking out, but the problem here is that he doesn't know in which direction this drone is going to go. It could go both to natural, or it can go to the gold. So unless he has a drone scout, he can't know whether I'm taking the natural or the gold. And that's really important because he's going to think I'm taking the natural, because in the current metagame, that's what people do. They take the natural expansion. So he takes his natural. I sneak in an extra drone just because of the timing here. It takes some extra time to go to the gold base, so going for a 16 hatch here. It's more of it's usually not so important. The most important thing here is that you need to take your extractor as quickly as possible, because you need to have a quick speedling tech. Like if you go for pool first after taking the gold expansion, you're probably going to lose because your opponent will probably have speedlings before you. So the clue here is to take the gold expansion and then get speedling tech up as quickly as possible. So you take the hatchery and then you take the gas. And as soon as you can afford it, when the extractor is at 20 out of 30 seconds, you place your spawning pool. That way you can begin speedling tech as quickly as possible. And what if he scouts the gold expansion? What's he gonna do really? There's been some debate about this on the Team Liquid forums. Like, how do you counter this gold expansion thing? And to be honest, there's not really any good counter to this. You obviously force the blue player into going for some crazy all-in. And that's pretty much the only thing that the blue player can do in this scenario. So the player with the gold expansion has sort of time on his side. If blue doesn't make anything happen, then red is going to win the game. And this is probably why Blizzard put rocks on most expansions, so people couldn't abuse the maps like this. But it also adds a certain flavor to the game. So I think maybe the best way to counter this move is to send your overlord directly into the natural, like past here. And as soon as you see your opponent going for, like, if you see no expansion here, then you probably should be going for some sort of I don't think a one base all-in would be enough, because your opponent is going to have way more Zerglings. And it kind of sucks to cancel the natural expansion and take the gold yourself. So if you move your overlord here and you see there's no expo, then you've sort of already lost the game. It's sort of like a shit moment. Like, what are you supposed to do? There's a gold expo here. And I pulled a few too many drones. I think it's okay to leave 4 at the closest patches here and take the rest to the gold. And the second mistake I made here was not making... I think I should have made a few drones. Just maybe 1 drone here, 1 extra drone. Huh. I don't know. He droned up quite heavily. But yeah, it's a bit risky to drone up, because when you go for this build, having the speedling advantage is the superior amount of speedlings is so crucial. If you fall behind on speedlings, you're probably going to lose the game. So right now I'm at a slight disadvantage. But I do have the defender's advantage. He has to move his links all the way up here, and that way I can make use of my own banings for defense. And obviously, yeah, the problem with this gold is that it's very wide open. But if you take a look at this baning nest placement, you can zone off this left section here, and if you move your queen to this position, you can actually block off the entire path. Like, if you send banings in here to blow up your drones from this side, you can completely shut it down by just placing your queen here on hold position. They will have to go all the way around here. That's plenty of time for you to react. And even if banings sneak around here, you can select all your drones, click down here, and then mineral click through the queen, and you can basically SimCity your way out of it. So you have a really nice defensive position here. The only second obvious problem is banings sneaking in from this side or from here, etc. That shouldn't be a problem if you have proper overlord placement, not like I had in this game. But you know, placing some overlords, maybe one here. Should definitely have some here. This overlord placement is really important. Didn't really pay enough attention here. It should have been a bit more in this direction. But yeah, like, this is so powerful. You can basically get away with it. And if your opponent doesn't have better micro than you, then you're going to automatically win the game. So if you take the gold expansion and you happen to have awesome Ling Bling micro, then this is a sick, nice build. So what might happen in the future, we don't know. Maybe Circle players will start to take hatch first on the gold expansions. Or maybe players will just start going 14-14, even if it's air positions. I think that would be really reasonable, because 14-14 completely shuts down this hatch first on the gold. But if you already place the hatchery on the natural, and you know, your opponent places on the gold, then you already lost the game, theoretically. Ouch. So yeah, that's it for that game. You can basically get away with cutting a few drones. You lose some mining time, but in the long run, I think you will profit from having this gold expansion. Why do you pronounce 14-14 so funny? It's because